Hey there, it's Adrian. Today, I want to talk to you about financial freedom. Many people have the impression in order to be financially free, we need to earn a lot more money and to have a higher income. So, I want to make sure today we clarify this particular topic because financially free does not require you to earn more money, but more importantly, it's about learning how to keep the money that you make. All right, so I want to clarify, financial freedom can be achieved through learning how to keep the money you made rather than making more money. Of course, having more money and more income, it's a good way for you to actually achieve your financial freedom faster, but ultimately it's not about making more money first, it's about learning how to keep the money. Okay, then the question that most people would like to answer is, how do you do that, right? How can you get to keep the money that you make? So I'm going to share with you a technique that somebody who is a very popular, who educates people about the wealth file mindset, taught us this particular technique. It's about having 5 different financial accounts. Okay, now, so I'm going to unveil with you what does each of these accounts supposed to do for you. Okay, having 5 financial accounts, basically, okay, so first one, of course, when you make money, you want to make sure that you take care of your own expenses. Okay, be it your personal living expenses, your mortgage, utility, basic food, clothing, etc., your petrol for your car, for your transportation, all that is part of this particular account. Then you want to have a second account, which is what we call an investment expenses. Okay, now I will go through each of these accounts after this. Investment of expenses is a very important account to help you achieve ultimately your financial freedom and help you to create a multiple stream of income, ultimately to make it passive income. Okay, then the third one is about a saving expenses. Okay, I will explain a little bit why I call this expenses. Okay, now saving account is basically where you talk about money that you keep for your rainy days until when you get older, which you will put away. No matter what happens now, you will not use them. And the reason why I call them expenses account is because you need to make it a point as a regular money that is being put aside. It is not when you have the money, then you save money. Make sense? Okay. Then you have what we call a play expenses and give back. All right, so play expenses is really when you want to have a nice meal in a restaurant, when you want to take care of yourself, you want to enjoy and go for a nice evening out with your loved one. This is where you take your play expenses account from. Whereas when it comes to give back expenses, so this is giving back to people. It can be a charity, it can be a donation that you do, that you give away, and it's your way of showing gratitude. So I like to make sure that you understand, by having 5 accounts, this 5 account will address your daily living expenses, okay, investment expenses, saving expenses, your play account, as well as your give back account. When you have this, then the next question is, I barely cover my daily my living expenses. How can I organize this? So this is when I want to give you some practical tips. A good starting point is that you want to make sure your daily expenses is first paid off. So between 60 to 70% has to go to this particular account, right? Now, likelihood is, as a start, this can be the case, and then you want to make sure that you allocate 10 to 15% into your own investment, 10 to 15% into your saving, and maybe 5% into your play and 5% into your give back account. Okay, so with this, so 30, 40, this, and then 10, 10, 10. Okay, so you can see basically with this, you allocated your monthly same amount of income into different pots of your expenses, and it helps you to organize yourself so that you don't spend beyond your means. You want to focus on making sure you have enough money to cover your daily needs, your monthly needs, and then you put aside some extra money to invest. Now this investment can be education, this investment can be a side business that you want to build up, this investment can be also eventually for your real estate asset, alright, etc. So focus on putting aside certain amount of money that will help you to reinvest and generate income. Then you have a saving, which is really ultimately for your retirement. Alright, and ultimately it's a resource that you can use when you have rainy days, when you decided to retire and you want to have a means of income. Alright, so it's clear these two are most of the time the most difficult expenses for us to allocate, because we always thought that we have to cover our living expenses, and we want to make sure that we take care of ourselves too, right? So now that you understand, by having 5 accounts, you will be able to split your resources differently. Now start small, start with 10 to 15%, and ultimately this tool should represent an ideal situation, 45% of your income. Alright, maybe at the beginning it will be difficult, but once you start growing this habit, you will be able to start relocating your resources, and when the money start to regenerate for you, you will see a high return of your own decision in splitting the money into investment and saving. So I encourage you to start today with 5 different accounts where you allocate your money accordingly and be disciplined in following through. Don't allocate money in your play account where you over budget from it. So spend within your means. If you allocate $10 here, so you want to make sure that you have the ability to spend this $10 that gives you pleasure, rather than spending $100 which is beyond your means, and that will mess up your other accounts too. So live within your means and make sure you understand your numbers very well and use it for yourself. So achieving financial freedom, it's all begin with our way of managing our finance. The more you practice this, the more you will understand it is not as hard as you think to achieve your financial goal. Alright, so I want to conclude that the overall learning about financial freedom, it is not about the amount of money that you make, it is about the amount of money that you keep. Alright, so hope this is helpful, and bye for now.